My name is Kevin Zawala, or Mr. Peace. I'm a national youth speaker and Michigan native from Metro Detroit who specializes in bullying prevention, diversity and inclusion, student mental health, and suicide awareness. My website is mrpeace.org, and since 2006, I've spoken in 20 states to over 1 million people in over 1,000 schools, including Sandy Hook and many other locations affected by tragedy. In light of the Oxford shooting and what I expressed in a letter to Governor Gretchen Whitmer, of which you can read the full version via the link in the video description, the hope for human kindness is needed now more than ever. That is why I wish to share the 15 years of experience and insight that I have gained from speaking all across the country, along with my vision for change with top educators nationwide. That vision, though, starts with addressing the root cause for this senseless and brutal violence, which I believe is people in pain, specifically young people like Ethan Crumbley. Just hours before the first shots rang out, a teacher found a note on his desk that contained a drawing of a handgun and the words, "The thoughts won't stop. Help me. My life is useless and the world is dead." Hurt people, and many times those hurt people are ourselves, as we have seen with the increase in self-harm and suicide rates among our youth. But as was the case here, and as we keep witnessing more and more often in the news, the people who were hurt were others, including those injured, the countless lives affected by grief, and the 4 beautiful souls taken away at too young an age. Still, while it's evident that hurt people, it's also true that healed people heal people. And that latter truth is something we must all strive towards, especially as it relates to the welfare of our children, if we are to reverse these unimaginable trends. But how do we do that? I propose a 3-pronged, heart-focused approach that supports the emotional, mental, and social health of our youth by creating school environments where every child feels safe, loved, and celebrated. The first part involves transformational school assemblies, such as the K-12 virtual and in-person programs that I offer through my 501c3 nonprofit, Mr. Peace Incorporated. At the core of the foundation is a mantra that I live by: reaching hearts, changing lives. And that's precisely what these high-energy, interactive, and inspirational presentations aim to accomplish. Reach students at the heart level by getting as vulnerable as possible and showing a genuine concern for their entire well-being. No one cares what you have to say until they know how much you care. And by displaying an authentic, sincere sense of compassion, the seed for igniting an inextinguishable flame inside them is planted. Plus, with 4 primary topics available, including bullying, diversity, positivity, and leadership, more on those via a link in the description as well. This allows for the opportunity of recurring visits to sustain the initial spark and keep the momentum that was generated alive. That said, some other tangible benefits of the school-wide assembly format are for everyone to be able to hear the same message at once, to help improve the overall school climate, and even more importantly, to be able to identify students who may require additional follow-up based on their conversations with me or another adult during the sharing portion. Many times they are already on a counselor's radar, but in the event that they're not, finding those individuals who need a little extra care is crucial, and what leads me into part 2 of this 3-tier plan. And that is targeted leadership courses, which look to build upon the original bonds that were formed during the assemblies by nurturing those relationships within a safe space. As I alluded to prior, the course attendees would be hand-selected based on collaborative staff input. After they'd been picked, they would then enter into an 8-week-long self-esteem, goal-setting, stress management, and character development class, with each weekly session running 2 hours and held during the school day. The class itself, which maxes out at 25 participants and is led by 2 instructors and 5 mentors, would all be provided by Reaching Higher. More info at reachinghigher.inc.org. Another nonprofit dedicated to empowering young people to live healthier, happier lives. Having been affiliated with them and their organization for over a decade now, we have just teamed up to maximize the impact of our programming. What's more, with a mission statement aligned to theirs, which is to motivate young people to live a life of awakened purpose with passion and confidence, the synergy of our combined efforts has been incredible. Further, as with my assemblies, their curriculum relates to youth exceptionally well. because of the use of grade level appropriate content, engaging multimedia, uplifting music, and experiential learning. Additionally, the Reaching Higher, data-driven, and research-proven leadership training not only prepares students to achieve their potential, they give them the power of hope and the skills to cope. It's beyond essential to get kids headed in the right direction early on. And by teaching them priceless life lessons and meaningful guiding principles, they will become better because of it. So, now that we've established a trusting culture with our young people and equipped them with the tools necessary for whatever life may have in store, the next step is to maintain this environment where they feel comfortable enough to be themselves and talk about their emotions, which ties into the final part of this threefold design: having an ongoing support system in place. Similar to a youth center in concept, this would serve as an outlet for students to access remotely or physically outside of school hours. While this would be open mainly to recent graduates of the leadership courses, the intention would be for high school alumni to be able to stay in touch as well if desired, and even have the option to become a future instructor or mentor should they wish to pursue that path. Either way, a network of strength for whoever needs it would be available and consistently monitored by Reaching Higher employees, certified life coaches, or anyone else each school deems fit to aid. Finally, and it goes without saying, all of these components would include a comprehensive evaluation process through a series of pre- and post-surveys to gauge mutually their effectiveness and efficiency. Bottom line, I don't have all the answers. There's no one-size-fits-all, cure-all, and I'm not saying this proposal is the only solution by any means, but I do believe what I've illustrated is an invaluable part of the solution. Again, the end game is to construct a blueprint for schools to implement, which can be replicated district by district, staying true to the heart of the matter, that being the ability to connect with youth in pain. The underlying need for this model to be both proactive and preventative in nature will be paramount. Therefore, I recommend beginning at the epicenter, the Oxford community, to bring whatever amount of healing and hope we can to their current situation. Then, and assuming the results are positive, we expand to the rest of Oakland County and eventually consider reproducing this roadmap statewide. I've taken a much harder road to live and breathe this life-changing work that I was called to do. I stepped away from a very comfortable career in corporate America to follow what was written on my heart, to be an agent of unconditional love for our children, to be a voice of inspiration when they're hurting, to be an advocate for their wellness by letting them know that tears are the sweat of our strength, to be a mirror reflecting what they already know deep down, that they're beautiful miracles, reminded by the M etched on all of our palms with the lines from our hands and like the one I traced here, to remind the thousands who have given me these bracelets that I wear and who have told me, if you didn't come today, Mr. Peace, I wouldn't be here tomorrow. Because of you, I'm still alive. That they are still here for billions of reasons. The biggest one being to help others who are going through the same storm. To be the light to their darkness and let them know that they are worthy of love and worth everything. You see, love is stronger than fear and hope is stronger than hate. And while the number of antidepressant prescriptions, mental health related doctor visits, and feelings of helplessness with our youth continue to climb, and are continually exacerbated by the lasting effects of the pandemic and social media, my commitment and conviction to assist with this vital undertaking is stronger than ever. The wounds of November 30th, 2021 may never fully mend, and we can't undo any of the bullets that were fired that day, but we can ensure that Tate Meir, Madison Baldwin, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling did not die in vain. In closing, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to listen to my vision. If there is absolutely any way at all that I can be of service, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Peace.